walking as I left the site and then following me back onto the site. I'm going to turn the camera around now. This particular officer obviously does work for whatever agency is down here. He's having a friendly and cordial conversation. And again, the issues come up with when you have intelligence officers who play games. And when I say play games, they antagonize people and look for excuses to antagonize people, or then say, oh, well, we're going to get him for this or we're going to get him for that. And when you got the Alamo right here, the shrine of Texas freedom, and then right over here, you got a great representative of the Alamo speaking to an employee who has walked around and done some really shady stuff. You got to ask yourself, is this what you expect, or is this a type of inappropriate behavior? And for this particular individual, I got to tell you, I don't really care. If he is an undercover officer, I hope everyone sees his face. Why? Not to give him grief, but just so that he gets out of that profession. Because he did a really crappy job shadowing me down the street, then following me back up here, then walking over here and alleging he's not part of this operation. So again, when you do what I do, you will find that a lot of times officers act inappropriately. And when they act inappropriately, you got to stand up. If you don't stand up, then the whole purpose of that shrine right over there, and I'm pointing to it, that's the people who died defending the Alamo. All those people gave their lives knowing they were going to die, but they believed in something. And if you don't believe in it, it's really easy. Jump over the wall. I mean, there's the Emily Morgan Motel over there. You hop over the back wall, you run away. Those people on that shrine didn't do that. And these officers who work out here as security guards seem to think that when they tell people, do this or we'll do that, that those people should just do it. They get offended if they ask questions. There's a reason they ask those questions. I mean, again, Shrine of Liberty. Is your request reasonable? Are you really telling me I'm not allowed to ask people on this property here, questions? And again, they called the police and tried to have me arrested for asking a volunteer questions about this property. And when you go into that, you have to figure, what exactly is it that puts them in that mindset? I mean, do they not understand where they're working, what they're doing? And again, same person there. If people follow you and you film in public, and then they get upset about you filming, you have to point it out to them. Hey, don't be in public. It is what it is. Now, I'm not going to point out his bottom right ankle. That's just something that maybe other people in my line of duty know what we're talking about. Either way, they've walked off. He's over there. He's still got that bulge on his bottom right ankle. And whether it's a firearm or not, doesn't matter to me, because he's in Texas. He doesn't even have to be a cop to have a firearm. But the fact is, when they walk around and they follow you, and then they get upset if you film, you got to point it out. And if you don't point it out, you're just as bad as they are. I mean, you got a gentleman here, he's got his headset on, he's listening or talking on his radio. Either way, not my issue. But when I go back to what I'm saying is, these are the people who allegedly protect the Alamo from the public. But their biggest concern is being recorded. How is recording people who protect our property a crime? They don't get it. They never will. And until they do, they really need to find a different job. And that's just me.